Hey everyone. Today I just wanted to kind of check in with you. I know it's been a long time since I posted. I figured I would kind of give you a little bit of just an explanation of what I've been up to, kind of why I stopped posting content, and yeah, just a check in, let you know like what I'm doing now. This is my 2019 second half of the year Hobonichi cousin, and I figured I would just flip through it so that it wouldn't be totally boring if you're like watching the video. Um, and I say that because I like to, sometimes I just listen to YouTube videos. I don't watch them. But anyway, um, so I don't know how long ago it was, but it was before lockdown and stuff, which is really, that was the catalyst for everything, for the changes that I made. But prior to that, I was already trying to make improvements as far as like my spending. I'm a very easily influenced individual. I've always been. And following all these people that I liked on Instagram and YouTube, it wasn't good for me. And I know that it's probably like not the best strategy to use, but I started by unfollowing, because the less I saw it, the easier it would be to not spend my money, because I suffer from a lot of fear of missing out. And I also was a big fan of a lot of shops. I still continue to be. But I felt like, oh, when somebody that I liked released something, I wanted to go buy it, right? And so not looking at it, not looking for it, I couldn't find it. So I was already kind of pulling back. I was unfollowing folks, and buying less stuff. But I really ended up going through kind of like a little rediscovery of what I like and what works for me. Through especially after lockdown. So I used to have more videos on my channel. I made those unlisted just because they're so cringe to me at this point. I know I have to give myself some grace because I joined the community 10 years ago. Early 20s me is different from early 30s me, or was different from early 30s me. And I feel like if a friend of mine was making comments about themselves the way that I make comments about myself, I would tell them to quit, but I'm not ready to do that for myself yet. So maybe one day I'll relist them, but at this point, I don't like them. And so anyway, I know that one of my last videos was a Hobonichi haul for 2020, and I was so excited about it. And we had no idea, right, what was coming in 2020. So I had all these plans, and I thought I was going to continue in this way with my planning. Now, at this time, I was still going to school and doing some stuff. So, there was a lot going on here at the end of 2019. Into 2020, what I did, or what I used, what I have to show you is a Hobonichi Weeks. So this cousin, or the cousin, has always been a favorite of mine. Let's see, I stopped in October. I don't know what happened there, but anyway, we can move into 2020. So I started the year off in a Hobonichi Weeks. So this was it. And again, had no idea what was coming, right? So like, I can't remember what version of the book this is, but I have the little stickers that came with it. Decorated it. This time it's funny because I was using all of these sticker kits, which is very unlike me. And I feel like, see, this is part of the FOMO thing. Everybody was using kits, and so I wanted to keep up with the Joneses, right? And Virgo and Paper, gosh, her designs are so pretty. So I was like buying up their stuff. Anyway, so those are the monthlies that I got through, but let's get into the weeklies over here. So it was kind of going like it did. I have like a love-hate relationship with the Hobonichi Weeks. I always have, which is kind of annoying, the back and forth, but whatever. I guess that's how people figure things out. But anyway, I started off the year using the Weeks pretty successfully, in the way that I did, which is generally just like pen, highlighters. I like to color code. And then here, I guess I was using like a little template thing, but I do enjoy stickers. Those come in seasons too. Like there's sometimes when I really, really want to use stickers, and there's sometimes or times when I don't. Now here we've already gone into lockdown, I believe. This was my birthday week. I think we went into lockdown here. I'm not 100% sure. But as we went into lockdown, I went into a transition at work, so it was really, really busy. This color here, this blue, that's my work color. And you'll see that like life was pretty much canceled, but work continued, right? Because I worked at a hospital, and hospitals don't close during pandemics. So it was basically just work. This was home stuff, and this was entertainment. I was playing a lot of Animal Crossing New Horizons at the time, keeping track of my visitors. Anyway, so it was basically just work stuff. But I mean, I'm sure I wasn't the only one, but I wasn't in the best headspace, right? Like we were very isolated. I was very busy at work, under a lot of stress. So you can see, like, I kind of just started falling off, and then it just stopped. I feel like I was probably like, why the hell am I doing this? Like, what's the point? And I stopped logging my days. I wasn't even like backlogging or anything. I think there's a few weeks back here where I like tried again for a couple weeks, but it just wasn't in me to do it anymore. The problem with that is that my favorite part about this hobby has always been the ability to take an old book and flip through it. Like this, seeing the mundane stuff that I was doing on July 16th, 2019, I went to get waxed. I went to the Target pickup and I balanced the budget with my mom. That gives me so much joy today. So what I realized after this fail, or after I gave up in 2020, was that I didn't have the second half of the year. And I missed that. I was like, oh, I don't know what happened. And it doesn't matter that it was just work. Like, I am curious about what happened then, and I don't have the record that I can look through today. And this happened fairly quickly because in 2021, I was like, okay, I'm doing this. I'm going back and I'm going to continue to keep track of my time. So what I did, I was like, well, maybe it was lockdown mixed with the fact that I was in the weeks, because again, I had that love-hate relationship with it, right? And so I was like, okay, I'm going back to Old Faithful. I'm getting the Hobonichi cousin, and I did. And here it is. I was gonna try really hard. Like, I decorated it with some stickers that I'd been hoarding forever, like these drag queen stickers. Bianca Del Rio is my favorite. Little pound cake, if you watch RuPaul's Drag Race at all. I had been saving these, and I was like, okay, this is gonna make me want to use my planner. Make sure that I keep track. You know what I mean? And I started it for sure. I still was getting some kits from Virgo and Paper, and it's like, oh, what happened here? But let's go to the weeklies. So they started in December, right? And I gave up in my weeks in June of 2020. So this was December 2021. I was doing a little journaling in it on the bottom. You know, there we go, just work stuff again. Shitty day. That's unfortunate. But I love to see that it was a shitty day. We get to March 8th here, and this is all I know that this was all like done in advance. So in March, I was just like, no more. And I didn't use any of these back pages. Now, besides this washi swatch. Now, just a quick aside here. This has always been my favorite Hobonichi. I've always said that. I still stand by that. It's the best one in my opinion because I love a vertical layout like this. And I love the room. But it's not perfect for me because of all the daily pages. I'm not a daily planner. I used to journal in this like a long time ago. Well, it was a long time ago. It's over 5 years ago, so that's a while ago. I used to journal in them for a little bit. I used to try and like keep tons of collections. That's not for me. And so an ideal cousin for me would be monthlies, weeklies, and then just a few, maybe like even 50 blank pages in the back. That would be perfect. But Hobonichi is not quite there yet. I don't know that they will be, and that's okay. But so this was January or December 2020 through barely maybe the first week of March 2021. And so then I was like, okay, maybe I need to shake it up. Maybe I need to try something that I haven't before. I think this was fairly new. Maybe it was in its first or second year, but I decided to try a Hobonichi Techo Day Free, which, the reason why I did this was because it was very similar to my work setup. So I didn't mention that. I'm sorry, I forgot. In 2020, when I gave up on personal planning because life was canceled, I continued using a work planner. So I don't have that anymore because I left that job a couple years back. Is it a couple years back? I think so. I think a couple years back. Maybe 1 year ago. I'm not sure, but I was using this. It's a Moterm A5 cover, and I kind of just put this book in here to show you kind of what it was like. This is a Hobonichi blank book, and it actually was a work notebook that I tore the pages out of just to keep it. But over here, I had a campus monthly calendar. Now, this is just a campus lined notebook, but this is what I had. I used to keep business cards here, and I had my notebook here. And what I did, if you want to like brand it something, it was a very, very, very loose interpretation of the bullet journal method. And really what it was just like a daily task list. I would tab out the months. I don't want to show you because I have some information there of my own, but I would tab out the months, and then here it would say, you know, like Friday, what was today, December 12th, Friday, December 12th, 2023, and then I would write like my patient's name and the task list that I had for them, because I carried a caseload and stuff moved from day to day. There were things that I had to do that were different for every patient because there was a different set of diagnoses. It was a whole thing. But, you know, because it had patient information, tons, it was literally all private or personal health information. When I left that job, or before I left that job, I had to shred my collection of books. I used about 2 of these blank books a year. Initially, I had a Stalogy because I had one, and so I used it, but they were all Hobonichi blank books, and I did that for 3 years. So I had 6 books that I had to shred along with my calendars, which hurt my heart a little bit, but you know, HIPAA and all that, I understand, so I got rid of them. Oh, but all of that to say, that's the reason why I decided to try a day free in my personal life, because I was like, well, my system at work works perfectly. Like, I was rocking the work planner. It kept me on task. It was great. Kept me organized. I could look back. People knew there was stuff in my books that was useful. Like, they would ask me for stuff. It was great. So I tried this, and it didn't work. Just so you know, this, I made a note. This was supposedly March through August. And I can always rock a monthly. I've never had trouble with that. You know, it's easy to keep track of a monthly because it's just appointments. But I'll show you my dailies. How many pages did I even get through? That's not even a daily. Here we go. Oh, some of this is journaling. So you can't tell me that this is 5 months worth of dailies. It's just not. This was not a success for me, obviously. But it's fun. I keep it because it has some information logged, and I have that for the future. Then I was like, okay, well, that's not working. What can I do? So I went back to the Hobonichi Weeks. I think I went to see my friend Monique in Houston, and we went to Drum Ghouls, and they sell Hobonichi there. And I think I had seen this Weeks. It's a mega, by the way. It's real thick. And my first mega, I think, my only one. But anyway, I backfilled it, as one does, or as I do, because of the logging situation, or the record keeping. So I went back and filled it out, and then I did fill out some of the other stuff too. But I used this through the end of the year, and so there you go. That was the end of 2021. So what I decided to do going into 2022 was just get another Weeks, because this, I mean, so far the Weeks had the most success, right? During this weird transition period, the Weeks had the best success, or the most success. So I went into 2022 with another Weeks. And look at this adorable setup, like Virgo and paper. Again, I was still, oh, look at all these cute stickers I used in it. Dang it. Because, spoiler, I barely use this. Look, okay, yeah, this is the one. I pre-decorated, like, so that whenever I got to whatever week it was that had a sticker, I'd have a little surprise waiting for me. But here you go, you can see, I barely use this. How many weeks was that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. 4 weeks? Anyway, yeah. Because this, I think, see, I logged it in the wrong week. So anyway, that was that. And I was, obviously, I was confused. I didn't know what to do. And I don't know how I came across this. I think it was a video. Maybe I had taken a peek at Instagram, because what I did was I logged out of my planner Instagram or my plannergram, and I was just in my personal one. And I think maybe I went logged back in or something, took a peek. I'm not really sure how I found this, but I found out about the Jibun Techo Lite. Now this is the Jibun Techo Lite Mini, which is the B6 Slim. They also make it an A5 Slim. I don't know what it's called. Is that called large or something? I don't really know. But this cover is from Hand Stitched Leather Tee, and I'm pretty sure I bought it secondhand because I don't remember ordering from their shop. And I started using this pretty much immediately. These are notes to myself. I forgot to take that out. Sorry. So I'll show you. It's got this like soft kind of touch cover, and I put stickers on this guy. I've always liked these vinyls from Virgo and Paper. Again, I didn't get one for, maybe I'll get one for 2024. But see, there I go again, because then if I go look at their shop, I'm going to want to buy more stuff. Anyway, I'm much better about it now, honestly. I am much better about it. I tend to think about my purchases more. My main strategy, honestly, is going into the shop, putting a bunch of crap in my cart. If they have like wish lists available, like on their website, I'll add stuff to my wish list, and then I'll just leave. I'll just like get distracted by something else, and then I will come back later and be like, I liked this, like I wanted this, and then I'll like remove it from my wish list. I'll unlike it, and then do I have a clear one so I can show you? Yeah. But yeah, that's how I keep myself under control. I don't know if I finished that thought, but I just kind of like window shop online, and I just don't buy it. And eventually if I go back and I still want it, or like there's a sale or something, I'll buy it. But I think about it a lot more, or I don't think about it, and then I remind myself later. It's fine though. It works. It really does. So the Jibun Techo Lite, I don't know. I'm pretty sure I saw it in a video. I don't know whose video, and I don't know if it was on Instagram or if it was on YouTube or what it was, but I saw it, and it was the closest to perfect that I've found. If you have something that's would be perfect for me, don't tell me about it, because this is pretty much it, and I just don't want to go discover something else. I will probably order it and try it, and it's just not a good time for me. Okay, so this one, it's different than the Jibun Techo because just the setup is a little bit different. In the beginning of the book, you have, I wrote this down for myself, I thought. Oh, 6 list spreads. So this list of, you get 6 of these. So really you can have 12, you have 12 of these pages. And I've used them for pretty much the same thing every year. I have like books read, movies watched, TV series watched. I never keep track of this really well. Recommendations I received. Here I was supposedly going to track anticipated media, places visited, and then this one I didn't use. And then you get into your monthlies, and let me see if I can get a clear monthly. Here we go. So the monthlies you get in here are December from the previous year and into March of the next year. And they look like this. So the boxes, I will admit, are pretty small because this is already a B6 Slim, and then you get this space taken away. But I don't mind too much. You get like a to-do or a task list section over here. You get 2 rows for each box. You have a tracker situation down here if you want to track stuff. And then your monthlies. You can track your mood and stuff. They have those little faces everywhere. And yeah, I'm usually pretty good at rocking a monthly, honestly, because it's easy. So obviously not in May or June. Oh gosh, I say I rock a monthly and then I have empty pages. Again, the empty pages don't really bother me anymore. It's like whatever, honestly. But there we go. Yep. Okay, and then we get into the weeklies. And I, again, love a vertical weekly. Let me see if I can get an empty one so I can show you what they look like. Boop, boop, boop. Come on, I know I have some. I gotta have some. There we go. All right, so this is a weekly view. You have your daily columns, 24-hour timeline, which is ideal for me. 3 task boxes at the top. You have an empty row, which I generally use for holidays and birthdays. You can track the weather up here if you want to. Down here you have an empty section. I've used it a lot in the past for tracking like returns or mail deliveries, stuff like that. You still have the mood tracker. You can even use it for like breakfast, lunch, and dinner if that's what you're into. Tons of task boxes here, and it's just a good layout. I love the small grid. Everything works well for me. I also like the minimal color palette. You do get blue and red for the weekends, and I think some holidays are highlighted too. Let me see. Well, New Year's Day was a Sunday, so it's Christmas Day. Yeah, this one's hard to tell because these are weekends, but I feel like they do, but maybe not. Anyway, we can flip through it real quick. But I had a lot of success with this. I did go back and fill, but see, I feel like maybe I was doing it in tandem with the Hobonichi Weeks because this is pretty well logged for something that I wasn't, for something that I like maybe wasn't using at the time, but no, I think I was. That's why I had that note right pretty much immediately. So yeah, I really liked it. And this may be a lot for a lot of people out there. And it is, it's very busy. Sometimes I feel like doing something like this and sometimes I don't. And that's okay. And if it isn't for you, that's okay too. Don't worry about it. You don't have to do it. So yeah, I was tracking my, what I wore to work because I was working in an office environment and I was not wearing scrubs as much anymore. And I was trying to make sure I didn't wear like the same thing every Monday to be that person. I don't know. Priorities at the time, okay? Oh, and there are weeks, obviously, when it's like, oh, you kind of stepped away from this, and that's okay. And then I went back. And so I've gotten into this. Now, I feel like, was it 2022? I think so. It really started with when I dropped, oh, you can see I was busy or I wasn't into this. So this is the moment that I tell you that I don't plan in a planner anymore, like on paper. I keep track of time-sensitive things and keep myself on task using my phone, which is, again, I don't know if I said this already because I started filming the video and then I stopped. I had to stop, so I can't remember, but I stopped sharing content because I felt like an imposter because I stopped planning on paper. These aren't plans. This is me like record keeping after the fact, okay? Again, I like having the written account, so I just call it like logging. I will go and log my day. And sometimes I will go a couple weeks. I will literally lose my planner in my house. And I'll find it again and I'm like, oh, I gotta log. I gotta go back and log, and I will. Sometimes I'm more on top of it. It just depends, and that's okay. But that's what I enjoy, right? It's not the planning part. I keep my plans in my phone. My phone has travel time. My phone has reminders. And so I can stay on task with that. For my like to-dos and stuff, I use Google Keep. I can share it with my partner on Google Keep. You know, it just works really well. And I don't have the discipline to come back to a paper planner and analog system and check my checklist. I just don't. I do write checklists, by the way, like for the week and stuff, but it's more for the satisfaction of being able to check it off at some point. So into 2023, I don't know like if I had like some sort of brain fart or something, because you could see how successful I was in this, right? But I didn't start off the year with one. I don't know why. I wanted to try a daily. Now I'm just gonna kind of like fan through this. This is a daily Moleskine, I believe, right? Yes, because it has the pocket back here. And I was logging daily, but it was kind of hard to keep up with. And I stopped, I think, after October 1st. Yeah, October 1st was my last entry. So here we go. I just figured that this was a great way to use my stickers up. And it was, but I was like, when I guess I got to probably like a day when I was looking through this guy from 2022 and I was like, why didn't I get one of these? Like, what's wrong with me? So I did. I went in and ordered one, or I went online and ordered one. And it's this one. This is my current one. Typically, I don't know if you noticed, but like here, I like to have my book cover closed. Like I don't tuck it back. The reason why this one is tucked back is because it's this horrendous Pepto-Bismol pink. And it's because it was the last one that I could find. I ordered mine in June, at the end of June, I think, of this year. So everything else was sold out. So I had to get the pink. And I didn't use this to track anything. I highlighted my cycle in there just for funsies, I guess. Typically, I would use this for health. Like when I was using a planner, I would track my health here. I don't really do that anymore. I might try again. Same thing with the lists in the beginning. Ooh, where are they? Here we go, like places I visited, recommendations, books read, movies watched, blah, blah, blah. It's kind of dumb because I don't really track those. I don't again, I'm not disciplined enough to come back to my book like immediately after I watched a movie to like write it down. And I use Goodreads for my books, whatever. So my monthlies, these I tend to do in advance just because this is the information that's already in my phone anyway. So I can just transfer it really quickly. I think this upcoming year I'm gonna do a little bit more with this as far as like decorating and stuff, because I do like that, and it is another place to use up stickers. The reason why I mention that is because I'm still working through like using up my stickers. This isn't everything. This is just how I keep them so that I can keep them in my like planner bag or whatever. I keep this little pouch. Look at me going on these bunny trails. I use this pouch and I put my highlighters are in there. I have whiteout, I have tweezers, and I put my sticker book in here and my planner. And this is how I try and keep better track of it. Because like I said, I do lose it sometimes, even just within my house. So anyway, this would be a good way to use up more stickers. So I'm going to try and do that, I think, going into next year. Now, again, I didn't get this until, I think I got it like the first week of July of this year. So I went back and backfilled stuff based on what was in my phone. And I used a bunch of these Dolce Vita or bootleg Dolce Vita stickers that I have on pretty much any spread that could handle one, because I have so many, and I'm like, okay, let me just burn through some of those real quick. So yeah, this is 2023. I really like it, and I have, by the way, just so you know, I'm not, just to keep myself from having another brain fart or anything like that, I've already ordered 2024s. So I am going to be continuing in this system in 2024. Which I'm very excited about. I haven't written anything in it. I'll show you. It's in a cover and stuff. But yeah. So here we go. This is when I got it, right? Yeah, Jibun arrived on the 7th. And you can tell when it picks up, right? Because now I have it, so now I can actually write stuff in it more actively, I guess. So yeah. This is what I've been doing. I don't plan on paper anymore. I just keep a record of my life so that I can look back at it, so that future me can enjoy it. But like this, isn't this so satisfying? Like Tomoe River. Actually, they don't use Tomoe River anymore, do they? Is this Tomoe River? Oh, here's a holiday. See, this holiday is red. Haha. Finally got one. And then this is this week here. So future stuff I've put in, again, because it's in my phone already, so might as well. I keep track of my bills and my mom's bills in the back, my color code, wish list, repurpose, rethink, Japan wish list. I clip some stuff away. And then, did I talk about this? They give you 24 notes pages in the back, which again, just the perfect amount. Don't overwhelm me. And then you can like do this looking back on situation, which I don't usually fill out. Okay, so 2024, I did get it. I tried to buy it in Japan, and they didn't have it at the stores I went to, so I had to order it from Jet Pens. Now this cover is my pride and joy. I also got the secondhand. I just got a great deal on all of these. Honestly, don't remember how much this cost, but I'm sure I got a deal on it. Got a great deal on this because it came with some accessories, and I got it for less than 50% or more than 50% off. And then this guy is an Eternal Leather Goods cover. So somebody customized it, or at least ordered it, waited all the weeks for it. It's like that. It's that Minerva box leather from Giulio, or that Giulio also uses. It's so pretty. I don't like pen loops, but this one just lays real flat, real nice. But yes, this is my favorite cover. It's just so friggin' pretty, and it smells delightful. What about your pen? So anyway, here's my 2024. This was already in here, and I haven't done anything to it. I got it like last week or something. I cut the bookmarks off because I don't like those, but there you go. There's a fresh book, and I will continue logging my days in here. I'm very excited about it. Oh, this does start, I didn't know if I said that. It starts the first week with December in it. So here it is. So I will be backfilling this, and I'll be using these in tandem until the end of this one, just because I like to. So yeah, that's what I'm doing now. I don't know that I'm going to have a lot of content to share with you all. Like I said, I am not a planner or an analog planner really anymore, but I do keep a record of my stuff. So I don't know. I just really felt like sharing that. I talked my friend's ear off about this already, so I just wanted to share it with you all too. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or comments, or if you also log and don't plan, let me know. I'm just curious. Or if you use the Jibun Techo Lite, let me know. I very out of the loop planner community wise. Like I didn't know what the common planner was until I started watching videos again recently. But I'm I don't want to say very, but I'm pretty settled, and no, I'm very sure that this is the planner that I like of the ones that I've tried, and it's like my favorite size. So I'm like pretty set in knowing that this is what I like and not being tempted by something else. But like yeah, I don't know who are the cool shops. I feel like, I'm not a cool mom because I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Some of my favorite shops have like disappeared off the face of the earth. So anyway, I hope you guys are well, and yeah, if you have anything to share, feel free, and I'll talk to you later maybe. Bye.